Hello class, today I want to speak to everyone about an issue that really concerns me, something that has opened up my eyes over this past year due to certain incidents that happened at my base, and today I'll basically be talking about drinking and driving. After hearing the scenarios that I have found and the information I provide, I hope that each and every one of you take this a little bit more seriously. I'm going to start off with a short story, and I ask that each and every one of you participate and visualize what I'm about to describe. I would ask that all of you just take a moment and picture yourself somewhere out with all your friends out on a typical Friday night, whether you're at a friend's house or you're going out to your favorite club. Everyone is excited, you all get dressed very nice, you smell good, and to save a little, some of you decide to pregame a little bit. So now that everyone is in the right mood, you all decide, alright, it's time to hit the clubs. You guys have a great time, you danced all night, maybe you picked up a few girls, got a few numbers, and your pockets are a little empty due to all the drinks you guys had. Now that last call hit, it's time to head home, and you guys look at each other when you arrive at the car and say, alright, who's the most sober one here? Who had the least drinks? Maybe you try and do a little field sobriety test on each other, slap some gum in your mouth and say, alright, we're good to go, we can head home. But perhaps, what if this night didn't end so well? What if, just because you did this several other times, this night ended a little bit different? What if you ended up like Denise Wagner, whose story is shared on the Air Force portal at www.my.af.mil? If I could have a visual aid, the story would speak for itself. A beautiful woman who got into an accident due to drunk driving, and her face was mangled so bad she had to have extensive surgery 15 times. She is now permanently disfigured, blind, and she has permanent brain damage. I don't have the complete details of her alcohol incident, however, all DUIs have one thing in common, and that's drinking and driving. Now that I caught your attention, I want to inform you about why DUIs and preventing them is important to me. Last year alone, in the year 2012, my base had 15 DUIs. Not alcohol-related incidents, but 15 people caught for driving under the influence. I've yet to see the numbers get high, and sadly, they're still climbing. Being called in on your days off to report in full service dress, standing out on the parade grounds in the full hot heat, numerous briefings, getting looked down upon, and pure embarrassment has still not ended, sadly. One may ask, are more people just drinking, or is it that law enforcement is cracking down and picking up their game and taking unsafe drivers off the road? Whatever you may want to think, the bottom line is this. If 15 people were caught for just my base alone, how many other people are doing this like it's normal? I am more than positive that many of us have drank a couple beers and said, I'm okay to drive, and you guys get in the car and head on to wherever you're going. However, that is the problem right there. Once you drink, you cannot drive. If you host a party, watch out for all of your friends. Take everyone's keys and put it into a shoebox. Make sure everyone has a plan and make sure that everyone gets home safely. If it takes for you to have them sleep on your floor, on your couch, to call them a cab, to slap them around a little bit because they don't want to listen to you and that you're trying to make them stay at your place. Do whatever you have to do to prevent it. It starts with you. If you see one of your friends drinking, don't let them drive. I am sure no one wants to see their friend get put into the hospital, in jail, or even worse, a casket. For all military members especially, getting a DUI can ruin your career drastically. As a matter of fact, we even have a person here at our jail who got a DUI and is doing time. I'm more than sure that none of you want to have an outcome like this. Please do not end up like Denise Wagner or like the 15 people who were made an example of at my base. I'm sure many of you think that I am just beating a dead horse on a subject that we all hear about. However, just remember this. Don't let your actions or others get out of hand before things are too late. We shouldn't be thinking about what we could have done different when someone ends up in trouble or worse, dead. When you care about someone, you tell them when they are in the wrong. You don't let them dig their own grave. We can't stop everyone's poor decisions. However, we can start looking out for one another and knowing when to tell your friend no. Arrive alive, guys. Don't drink and drive.